Right, we are playing This Bed We Made demo, and the bottom says, "Thank you for downloading our demo. Your support means so much to us as a small indie team." Yay! Alright, here we go. Sophie's colleagues. Beth is a worldly woman who brings a keen sense of street smarts to her job at Clarington. No surprise that her beauty and boldness attracts the eyes of people of all genders. A gaze she's willing to return only for the right person. And then we have Andrew, insightful, well-read, and down-to-earth. Andrew's a worthwhile friend to the few who manage to catch his interest. He might spend most of his time buried in a book, but for the right person, he's more than willing to share the fruits of his knowledge. I am walking into this pretty blind. I read the synopsis when I downloaded the game, but
Linda's been putting these everywhere lately. It's weird that Bernard allows it.
Say no to divorce. You can be divorced against your will. Women and children suffer most in divorce. You kiss your succession rights in divorce. The wife's pension rights are lost in divorce. You lose your right to the family home. Okay, so we're just kind of walking right into this blind. Lost and found. Okay, so here we go. Beth has been the hotel's receptionist for as long as I can remember. In fact, hers was the first face that welcomed me when I took my first step inside the Clarington. She knows this place like the back of her hand. Beth can be fiery, which doesn't win her much love from Bernard, but most guests adore her for a magnetic personality, and that's something Bernard can plainly see. She's tough as nails and stays on top of everything, making her perfect for the job. We don't get a chance to chat as often as I like, but when we do, it's always a blast. I only wish I had even half of her wit, so I can entertain her as much as she entertains me. A lost and found continued. I felt bad bugging Beth while she was in the middle of an important phone call, but like always, she came through. The logbook says Mr. Spade's in room 505. I was just in the middle of taking care of the 5th floor before my break. I can return the film roll and get back to me. Okay, so we got to go to 505.
This must have been so much fun. Well, for the guests at least.
You were invited to the Clarington annual Friday, February 14th. Formal wear required. 19 arrested in deviant raid. Montreal police arrested 19 persons on an early Saturday raid at Manny's Lounge, located in Stanley Street, downtown Montreal. The establishment, owned by Emmanuel Liberté, is a known hangout for sex deviants. Were they gay? It was just probably a bunch of gay people having fun. A Montreal city employee, a court official, and 2 teachers were among the seized, according to official reports. Lieutenant Sylvian something says he plans to send letters to schools employing the arrested teacher. School principals, parents, and fellow teachers should prevent such people from being in close contact with youngsters. It is in everyone's responsibility to protect our children. A major snowstorm paralyzes the city. Shop owners against new mental hospital. And another bloody Valentine. Valentine Day concluded in horror last Friday with the murder of an Outremont resident. I'm sorry, I can't read it. A worried neighbor called the authorities at 11:15 p.m. after hearing loud shouts from next door. When police arrived, they found the lifeless body of a 34-year-old man. Authorities have refused to identify the victim or provide any details about the circumstances of his death. No suspect has been approached yet, but Detective Maurice asked anyone with information. Oh no. Lies oil. Does your personal hygiene worry you, and are those worries bothering your husband? Stop worrying and save your marriage with Lies oil. Oh my god.
Does carrying this everywhere really make us better maids?
First rule be
seems to think so.
First rule be invisible guests. Do not want to be disturbed. Accomplish your work as silently and discreetly as possible. Be a shadow. Second rule, be thorough. Leave no stone unturned and no corner unclean. Stains and everything must disappear. Third rule, be careful. Sometimes what looks like trash is actually a guest's treasured possession. Be careful as to what you throw away. But we really are a maid. Yo. 7, 5.
Ooh, there's a cold breeze coming out of there.
509. Oh, here's that snowstorm they were talking about.
Looks like plaster for the renovations. Better not play with it. Blocking the stairs seems dangerous. What if the elevator breaks down again? Mr. Spade? Mr. Spade?
Makeshift film room. Uh-oh. May lead to positive or negative.
What is this?
I think we're just gonna back out.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Beth speaking. What can I do for you on this very fine day?
Beth, I need your help.
Sophie? What's going on?
I think Mr. Spade's stalking me while I work.
Really? I knew it!
You did?
I mean, I knew there was something fishy about him. He just has creep written all over his face, you know? How did you find out?
I found a dark room.
He took pictures of me. I found them hanging over the bathtub. He set up a kind of dark room.
Pictures of you? Doing what?
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but sometimes when I clean the rooms, I get a little curious and, you know, snoop through our guest stuff.
Sneaky. And Mr. Spade caught you in the act, I suppose?
Yes. I think we should call the police.
No, that's a terrible idea.
But
Sophie, that man has pictures of you running your hands through people's stuff.
But I didn't steal anything. I was just snooping, I swear.
I know, but say a client reports something missing. Those pictures would put a big red target on your back.
could always throw them out.
Yeah, not your worst idea, but you found the pictures drying over the bath, right?
Yeah?
I'm no photographer, but I've been in one of those dark rooms before.
You have?
Yeah, I modeled for a while. Anyway, what I'm getting at is, those pictures were developed recently, but it doesn't mean there aren't more elsewhere.
Well, I didn't look through the entire room, but there is a safe here.
I bet you anything there'll be more pictures in there.
Do you have the safe combination then? I'm pretty sure it's locked.
Give me a minute. Merde. Those idiots.
What?
I can't find the combination list. The night staff's probably lost it again. Anyway, we always ask that clients write down their code somewhere so they don't have to call reception a dozen times. Maybe you can have a look around the room, and I call you if Mr. Creep comes back. You know, so you can get out of there in time.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, it's nothing.
Oh, and Beth?
Mm-hmm.
Please keep this between us.
Of course.
That's rough. How are
I
you supposed to support yourself when no one will give you a job or a place to live?
Dear Mr. Morgan, I understand your situation, and I'm sorry that you had to spend so many years in the hospital. However, this does not change the fact that you don't have qualifications. And even if you did, I could not hire someone in your situation. Other staff members simply would not feel safe around. Hey, weirdo, stop wasting my time. I'm not hiring you ever. Mr. Morgan, I know you have a lot of respect. You know I have a lot of respect for what you and others have done for this country, but I am not a charity. If I don't receive the past 3 months' rent before the end of the week, you'll have to vacate the apartment.
You're pawning off your possessions? What do you need the money for?
Way to stay in this hotel. Special occasion, wedding, funeral.
I just visited the oratory for the first time in years. This has to be a coincidence, right? Beaver Lake? That's where I took Mom skating last month. Why is this up here?
Why, Harry's. Lots of burger places closer to the hotel.
Harry's Diner, too. Were we ever there at the same time? You didn't strike me as much of a doodler. This was the sale where I found that winter jacket that Mom loves. Were you there too?
I'm gonna say, girlfriend, that he was stalking you.
Is this a floor of the Clarington?
Room service, night, morning.
That's my schedule. Just how long have you been watching me? Morgan. Is that your real name? Why did you check in under Mr. Spade?
Dear Mr. Morgan, you have to stop. You have to stop. I can't read it. I'm sorry. Oh, wait. There's Plain Street. Okay. You have to stop writing to this address. Lindsay died 2 years ago. I do not know what happened between the two of you. Please let us grieve in peace. Thank you, Lindsay's mother. Oh, Morgan.
Request to move to 507. Why did you want to change rooms?
Dear Mr. Spade, the present letter is to confirm the reception of your transfer. Quest to room 507. Regrettably, the room in question is currently occupied by an extended stay guest. We are therefore unable to grant your request. Thank you for understanding. Please contact us should you have any other request.
What do we have here? I'd forget my own head if I didn't write everything down. I guess we have that in common.
Take your pills. Your Bible.
You spent 10 years in a psychiatric hospital. And it looks like you left with a long list of diagnoses and prescriptions.
Character disorder, chronic insomnia, short-term memory loss. Patient initially admitted for nervous breakdown. Displayed erratic behavior and mood swings, occasionally aggressive. Patient non-responsive to shock treatment, neither insulin nor electric. Patient condition improved after new medication. Do I clean or not clean? Not forget to buy more.
Did you intend for me to discover your little dark room? Or did this just fall down?
Thought we looked at everything.
Request to move to 507. Why did you want to change rooms? All that's missing are the pillows.
Thing a pillow. $19.44. Do we think? What?
Looks like prescription drugs. But what are they for exactly?
I decided to clean. I was like, well, I'm not. If I get caught, I can say that I'm cleaning.
I hope you aren't eating those beans. One more pillow, then you're good. Oh,
And then they were roommates. She was alone in a town she barely knew, hundreds of miles away from home. She was desperate for comfort and found it in the arms of the most unexpected person. What first started as a normal friendship between two women soon blossomed to something much more passionate and disturbing. This is the tale of love and desire that you have never read before. Out of her own experience, the author, working under a pseudonym, tears the curtain from one of the gravest threats to modern social morality, the strange love practices trapping unwary girls today, particularly in large cities. One room, two women, and so many secrets, and they were roommates. Not one at school. No one at school suspected what took place once their door was locked. There is a little tick mark thing. I thought it was 1944. 9th, 44, do you think?
I should bring that back to my cart. I think I can put together the code now. Let's try the safe.
Beth was right. Our guest did write down the safe combination, or at least a reminder of it. Oh. Yeah. $34.99.57, I think. Oh, and there we are. We're done. Thank you so much for trying our demo. If you enjoyed it, please wishlist our game and share your feedback. And then join the demo channel in the Discord server. Alright, guys, thank you for keeping money. I liked it. That was pretty good. Yeah. Anyway, I will be back soon with something else.